Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is Raja from IIT Madras. So recently I've completed IITM BS degree in data science and application. And if you want to know how I've completed that 4 years degree in just 2.5 years, you can watch that particular video by clicking on this I button. And in that particular video, a lot of you have asked what all resources I have used during this BS journey. So in this video, particularly, I want to list all those resources which helped me to optimize my BS journey so that you can also utilize it to make your journey smoother and have more learnings from the program. So without wasting your time, let's move on to the video. So welcome back and let's see what are the different resources which I have used during the program to optimize my learning path. So one of the most important and crucial resource which I've used multiple times, yet many students fail to realize its importance is the student handbook. So if you see, uh, the student handbook is a kind of Bible for the program, and you must read it at least once during the whole program. Honestly, I've read it multiple times, and whenever I read it, it always helped me a lot while deciding and while optimizing my learning path. And if you are a working professor and you don't get much time, then it is actually must for you because it always help you to keep updated in the program and help you to understand what are the different changes which have they introduced. So this particular version of the student handbook is always up to date, this particular Google Doc version, and you will see what are the changes they have introduced in the program. Since this is not a public document, that's why I'm not showing the whole document here. Otherwise, if you are in the program or if you're commencing the program, then eventually we will get this student handbook version, so you can give a read. And please read it very carefully and word to word, because it will help you to understand the structure of the program and help you to clarify a lot of things which you encountered during your journey. So this is one of the most important resource which always helped me in the program. And then after that, similar to handbook, there's a grading document, and for the grading document it is always released once in a term. So for every term there is a different grading document. Like this is for the May 2025 term. So I always used to compare the previous grading document with the newer grading document to understand what changes they have introduced in the particular subject, to understand in which direction they want to focus. So for example, if they introduce the Viva component, so they want a student or learners to understand the concept theoretically so that they can deliver in the Viva. So if they introduce the project component, so they want the application part. Uh, so it also helped me to understand in which part I need to focus more. And apart from that, there's a lot of information similar to the handbook here. So before starting the program, always read the grading document very carefully. And here also you will find a lot of things about the project and different subjects. So even if you are not taking that subject in your particular term, you can uh, uh, learn about the other subjects introduced in the program. So it always help, and I always used to read these two particular documents. So these are some of the resources which I have used. And apart from that, another resource which I have used uh, quite extensively during the whole BS program is the Discourse. It is actually a hub of information which always helped me to clarify my doubts, to being updated in the program, and lot of things. So actually in the Discourse, you do not even need to ask anything. You just need to search what you need. So so someone have a someone has been already asked that question in the forum, so it always helps. So like even during my project courses, uh, here on from Discourse only I get to know a lot of things about what is going on and how can I prepare well for the Viva, and how can I get the different resources for the project. So like that, I have bookmarked some of the things here also, uh, like important resources for degree level. So um, there were a lot of fantastic persons available in the resource and Discourse, which used to post a lot of important information uh, in the program, and eventually help a lot of learners like me, and get uh, help me to optimize my learning path. Like here, different for the degree course, the whole list is mentioned here. What are the lecture playlist, supplementary content, um, YouTube channel. So similarly, there is one for diploma also, and this for the Mat 2 project, which I am mukbang. So through this only, I was able to complete half of the project course, and in the Viva also I get to know what are the question. What type of question are asked in the Viva, and in my Viva case, the same type of question has been repeated. So it always helps. So I don't ask much question in the Discourse, but uh, I used to explore different features available in the Discourse, and I will suggest you to take the most out of this Discourse and utilize it very properly. It will help you to structure your learning path. And then another thing apart from this course is the academic calendar. So this calendar is also very helpful in the long run. So it help you to decide how to structure your learning path for the next term. So I always used to take a look at the calendar so that I can decide what courses I can take in the next 2 terms. So it also helped me a lot. Uh, and what are the different quiz dates and OPP. So for OPP especially, it is very problematic for me to uh, uh, have OPP on some another day. So that academic calendar helps me a lot to optimize my OPP date and timings. So it is quite helpful, and I will suggest you to take the most out of this calendar as well. Another resource which many of you might not know is this uh, library, which is online library. If you go here, you will find this pro request, pro yeah, ProQuest eCentral library. So I know most of the books are easily available online, so you don't need to do much. But still, if you want some of the good books related to data science and machine learning and AI and or different stuffs related to that, you will find a lot of books here as well. And I've seen a lot of people in the program don't know about this particular resource. I've not taken much uh, help from this resource, but yeah, it is actually quite helpful. Like if I search artificial intelligence. So I will find a lot of books related to that. So I can read it and download it as well. So it is actually quite helpful. And and if you have access to a physical library, then you can always go there. Otherwise, it is a good resource for the online library. So one another important resource which I've used very extensively is PYQs. That is previous year question. I think you all are also using this resource very extensively. So it was helpful for me as well. Uh, So it always helped me to understand the structure of the question which might appear in the next quiz. But it should not be like that you always depend on that PYQ only. So yes, it is very important. You can take that as a reference, but don't rely on it. I've seen a lot of students just study the PYQs and even memorize the answers. So that is not actually a good way. So it might uh, help you in one exam, but eventually they will change the pattern. And if you appear in some competitive exam like GATE, you will not be able to crack the question. So that is actually not helpful. So think for the long term, not the short term. So apart from all these resources, one another resource which I use is the live session. So actually for me, it is not a live session, it is a recorded session because I don't get much time to watch it live. So in most of the cases, I skip. In some of the courses, I actually watched it live. Otherwise, it was more recorded session only for me. And I think recently they have introduced some changes like it will not be uh, recorded now. So it is actually not a good change, and they should provide the recordings because for many person who are doing this uh, in along with some another course or doing some job, then it is actually quite problematic for them. So coming to that, was actually quite helpful to see the recorded live session. So I don't watch even the whole recording. So I used to read. I used to watch the main course video, and in some of the portion in which I feel uh, difficulty, then for that portion only I used to take the help from the live session. And and then during the quizzes, then they generally do the like revision session, something like that. And for that, I watched the live session recording. And for the OPPs also they conduct the live session, and for projects. So for that, I used to take the help from the live session and this recordings. So that was actually quite helpful. And if you are a standalone student and if you have sufficient time, so I will suggest you to please watch the live session quite properly and ask as much as doubt you can, because the instructor are actually uh, there to teach you. And if you do not attend it properly, they will also not feel much motivated. So that's about it. So another resource which I will use is the books. Uh, especially for the degree level, I've taken the help from the reference books which professors have suggested during the course. Otherwise, in the diploma and the foundation level, I have not taken the much help from that reference book because I felt that whatever the resources which are there providing, like supplementary content, the presentation, video transcript, content video itself, are more than sufficient for me to understand the concept. And in case of doubt, I used to take the help from Discourse or the live session or the recording. So that uh, I feel I felt more than sufficient. But when I entered in the degree level, I felt that there's a need to take the help from the reference books also, which they have suggested, like especially for that AI course. Uh, I used to take the help from the reference book, which actually Dr. Deepak Khawani has written, an introduction to artificial intelligence. That was actually a very good book. And then for the deep learning course, for the software engineering, software testing course. So even for the book, you don't need to read the whole book. You can read the particular section uh, in which you feel difficulty or in which you want the more depth. So especially for the degree level, it is actually very crucial to have more depth because the question which you face in the quizzes will be of more depth in understanding. And if you don't understand the concept well, then you will not be able to crack that question. So that is actually very important. Otherwise, in the diploma and the foundation level, you can actually skip the reading the books. But if you want the more clarity in the fundamentals, uh, it is better, always better to read a reference book. So that's about the book. Another thing is the which I feel is very important for me is Google Chat. Actually, I was not part of much WhatsApp groups. I've seen a lot of people make the WhatsApp group based on the whatever uh, the subject they take, and but I've not really joined any WhatsApp group while in the program because I feel it is uh, very informal and not of much help. Actually, but in turn, actually, it caused a lot of chaos and misunderstanding. So I really avoided that WhatsApp groups. In place of that, I took the help from the Google Chats, which actually ITM BS program actually creates whenever the new terms start. So they create a chat for the degree level, diploma level, and the chats for specific courses as well. So that also I took the help, and actually it was very helpful many times. So it allows you to clarify a lot of things. Otherwise, discourse is always there. So that's all the resources which I've used while in the program. So if you utilize all the resources available in the program, then it is actually very easy to uh, optimize your path while in the program, and you can get the most out of it. So that's all.